Hello everyone. So, just for a change, rather than a hunting video, what I normally do, I thought I'd do a video, not a review, but just a video with a bit of an overview of my three PCP rifles. I'm going to talk about what I like about each one and what I dislike about each one. I've got varying price points here, varying from my cheapest one here, which is definitely on the budget end of the market. I've got kind of like a mid-range intermediate air rifle, and then I've got, for me, a very high-end air rifle. I know it's cheap in comparison to like your 2-3 grand FXs and stuff, but it's still a high-end AGT VIXEN. So that would be the other question: do you really need to spend £1,000 plus on a PCP, or will one of the cheaper ones do what you need it to do? So I think I've got everybody's kind of budget covered amongst these three guns. So the first one I'm going to tell you about is the Walther RM8. So I'll get these other two out of the way, bring the camera in a little bit, and start my talk about this. Okay guys, so this is my first gun. My very first PCP. I've probably had it, I'm going to say, probably 3 years, around that. It's never really been any problem other than me farting around with it. I don't recommend you mess around with your own PCP guns. Anyway, I did, and I kind of knacked it up for a little bit, so it took me a while to get it working again. So word to the wise, yeah, probably just leave well alone. Don't be trying to chase a bit of extra power or any of that shit. You just mess them up. I'm not really, I've learnt my lesson with that. So anyway, excuse me, I've got a cheat sheet here because I've written a few things down. So what do I like about this gun? Well, firstly, its looks. I think it's a really, really smart looking air rifle. Maybe not to everyone's taste, but I really do like it. It's always been a good looking gun, nice and short, compact. This is the UC model in 177. The stock is very comfortable. Obviously polymer. Doesn't feel cheap or tacky in any way. Good grip, really comfortable. I know it's a plastic trigger, but it's nice. It breaks nice and clean. It's a really nice little gun actually. As I said, ergonomics. Nice, it feels nice, shoulders nice, balanced relatively well. Good gun. What else have we got? Accurate. When I first got this, I couldn't believe how accurate it was. I took it to the range, 50-metre range, full magazine, under 5p piece. Blew me away how accurate this thing is. Really, really accurate. And for, I think at the time, this cost me about 450 quid. Amazing bit of kit. 450 quid, spot on. I know it's an old model now. This is probably off of maybe a 10-year-old design, so it's aging, but I still think it's got its place. Still a good gun. I don't know if I'd buy a new one now. I think there's better ones on the market at a similar money. But if you get a second-hand one offered and it's not a lot of money, yeah, go for it. Spot on. What else have we got? Shot count. So I don't know the entire specs, but I get about, say maybe it's about 10 magazines, 8-round magazine. So maybe about 80 shots before I notice the accuracy and the power drop off. So it's not bad. It's enough to get you a full night out on the rats quite happily. What else have we got? Things I don't like. There's a few. Magazines. This is what's pissing me off at the minute big time. I'll take a better picture, but I don't know if you can see there's a little gear on the inside of the magazine. And there's a little arm inside here which catches the gear and flicks it up when you cock the bolt. They wear out and it misses misses the teeth. So a lot of the time now, because these magazines are quite old, it'll miss. It won't pick up a pellet, and you'll fire a puff of air, and it really pisses me off to the point now that I'm thinking of binning the magazines and just getting a single shot tray. Because people are making really good quality single shot trays now on eBay for about 20 quid. And you can just flip them out, put a pellet and flick it back. It looks really, really good, so I think that's what I'm going to get. Next one is, it only comes with a dovetail mount. I know Picatinny's a relatively new thing, so I'm not going to blame the rifle for that. But it's annoying in this day and age that it's got a dovetail. I mean, I've put a little Eagle Vision dovetail to Picatinny adapter on it, so it's not too bad. But out the box, you definitely need something like that. Right, another one. No sling options. It doesn't come with anywhere to put a sling on it. Not from the factory anyway. So what I did, I took the butt pad off and got a QD attachment, drilled through the stock, mounted it on there. And on the front, it has got a very small bit of Picatinny. So I bought a QD clip for that. So I just put that on there. So easy fix, cheap fix. But you'd have thought that they'd put something on it from factory. What else have we got? No last round hold open. This bothers me a little bit, but because it's an older gun and most of them didn't have anything like that in the day, I can't really hold it against the gun. It's just a pet peeve now. So, as with most air rifles, unless you're counting your shots, you can load up and you get a puff of air. You scare away whatever you were trying to shoot, so that annoys me. But overall, for my first PCP, brilliant. Really, really good bit of kit. Powerful, accurate, looks amazing. A little bit heavy, but for my style of shooting anyway, that doesn't bother me, because I always shoot off a tripod, so the extra weight, I'm not arsed about that. The bolt action is very rough. Maybe if I use a single shot tray in the future, it'll smoothen up, because I think it's the action of picking that cog up and spinning it with the bolt makes it feel rough and agricultural. But it is a budget gun at the end of the day, so you can't expect perfection, can you? So perfectly usable gun, very, very accurate, good shot count, looks cool as fuck. Yeah, nice little bit of pick rail at the front so you can put your bipods on it and stuff like that. Trigger's good. Yeah, spot on. The only other thing that was a little bit annoying was the automatic safety catch. Now, because the gun's older, I've had it a while, it's out of warranty. I've done the modification where you can take the safety catch out, shave a little bit off the top, so the automatic safety is disabled. So it's manual now. So that's less hassle. So that's an easy modification to do. Some people have asked me about what's these on the ends and why do I do it. Basically all it is a paracord wrap. I like the look of it, but I'm also a bit of a tart with my gear. I don't like getting stuff scratched up and dinged, so I think that you can rest that against a wall or a barn door or something like that, and you're not going to be scratching anything up. So that's why I do it. Looks good, it's functional as well, nice and cheap as well. So this is the summary of the RM8. Hope that's been of some use. Next, what I'm going to show you is the HATSAN VECTIS. So guys, on to the next air rifle, and this is a HATSAN VECTIS. Probably my favourite gun, if I'm honest with you. For how much it cost, it's amazing. Absolutely love this thing, I really do. Very Marmite gun though, I'll be honest with you. I can imagine it one of them such as me, I love it. Brilliant bit of kit. But some people are just going to look at that and go, what the hell is that? That is ugly as fuck. And granted, out the box, it's a lot uglier than this, right? Because there is a modification you can do to these. Now, when you buy them, the rail is that. So it comes like that. So this rail that goes all the way along the top completely shrouds the barrel, and you've got that muzzle brake on the end of it. So it's virtually, just looking at it, just looks like a toy, and that is quite loud. But there's a modification that I found on YouTube, and basically you can take this off with these pins, and there's a captive nut inside there. So you can undo the barrel shroud, take it all apart, and then you can cut off parts that you don't want. So such as that, I cut off the end of there, exposed a bit of barrel, and then I bought a nice bit of carbon fibre sleeve, put that on, and then put a corral moderator on from a local gun shop. So that was about 15 quid, the moderator about 30 quid. Once again, did a barrel wrap. Made the gun a bit longer, but it's made it a bit quieter as well, which is good. Right, what else? Now, I know previously on the RM8 it says don't mess about with the guns, but when I got this, it was a special order because I wanted it in 25 cal. So it was a pain in the ass to get older. Redback Shooting Supplies over at Wakefield, they got it for me. Really good gun shop then, recommend them highly. So a bit of a special order, took a while to get in, and I didn't want to send it back because out the factory, it came with an air leak, and I thought, you know what, I can't be arsed sending it back. So pretty much as soon as I got it, I avoided the warranty because I stripped it down. So I thought, sod it, I'll do the barrel mod anyway. Because it was, I think I give 300 quid, 320 quid for the air rifle. So it weren't a massive amount of money, and I thought, well, you know, if I knock my warranty up and it breaks after a week, then it is what it is. I'm not going to cry too much about it. So I replaced the leaky air seal with a better quality washer. I'll see if I can find the photograph of the washers, like an eBay link, because they're so much better, and for what they cost, it's worthwhile using them rather than the shitty O-rings that a lot of air rifles have in certain places. So the gun, for such a big gun, it's really light. It's not a bad weight at all. The thing that made me want this, I'll be honest with you, is the underlever. I'm like a child of the 70s and 80s, and I grew up with my dad watching cowboy films and stuff like that, and every cowboy's got underlevers, aren't they? How cool is that, you know? Smart as out. So I saw that, I thought, you know, I've got to have one of them. Absolutely amazing bit of kit, and smooth. It really is smart, nice and smooth, positive action, unbelievably good, better than a bolt action any day of the week. Moving on to that, the magazines. 25 cal, as I said, and 2 10-round magazines. Nice magazines as well. They feel cheap and nasty, but they work really well. And they've got a last round hold open, which for a very, very budget gun is amazing. Absolutely spot on. I don't know why all manufacturers can't put last round hold open on, so you know you can't. Oh, yeah, it's not going to cock. I know magazine's empty. Brilliant, really smart. So that's one of the things I like about it. 2 magazines included, surprisingly light. As I said, cheap. I had a look last night online. These are currently going from 300 quid to 350 quid in its basic trim with all that shit on the end of the barrel. If you want to do the barrel mod and stuff, budget maybe another 50 quid to do all that. Right, so what else do I like? It's accurate. I wouldn't want to shoot anything beyond 25 yards. I don't know if that's because it's a 25 cal. Maybe in 177 it'd be a lot more accurate at distance, but for what I got this for, ratting work and stuff like that, close-ups, pigeons in barns, things like that, perfectly accurate. And 20 to 25 yards, under a 5p piece, all day long, spot on. What else? What don't I like? It's very plasticky, but it's a cheap gun. I mean, what can you expect? It's a cheap gun, but it's durable. So the cheapness kind of makes you think, well, it don't matter if I give it a bash anywhere. It's not a big deal because you're not going to mark it. You're not really going to damage anything. As with the RM8, no sling attachments anywhere. Same as the RM8. Took the buttstop off. Put some QD attachments on it, drilled through into the hollow stock, and mounted one into the stock and another one on the small bit of Picatinny rail under the front. So that's that sorted. You can use the same sling for multiple guns if you use the QD attachments. Yeah, perfect really. As I said, it leaked air from new. Budget HATSAN, made in some little factory in bloody Turkey or whatever, so you're not going to expect German quality, are you? What else have we got? I know it's plastic, but I don't like the fact that the rails are plastic. How that's going to stand up over time, I don't know, but that's something to bear in mind. But if you've got the same scope on it, you never move the scope, that's not going to be an issue, is it? Me, I'm swapping and changing scopes all the time, so that might become an issue for me in the future. What else? Shooting this gun from a tripod. As I said, I shoot all my air rifles from tripods. The only rifles I shoot from prone or off a bench and stuff like that when I'm hunting is the rimfires or centre fires. Well, actually, no, just the centre fires. I always lay prone with a big bipod. So everything else is shot off a tripod. This, when it's up on a tripod, that is the most uncomfortable butt pad ever. I think just the shape of it, and that hook just tends to stick right in the painful part of your shoulder. Shooting from prone, it's perfectly fine though. So it was designed to be shot like prone or from a bench or something like that, so it's perfect for that. But shooting from a tripod, very, very uncomfortable. But such a good gun. I can't say that enough. This is an absolutely fantastic air rifle for what you pay and what it does and how much fun it is, and that just cool as fuck. It really, really is. Smart bit of kit. Right, on to the last one. So then guys, third and final PCP in my collection. This is, I consider this very high end, and some people with deeper pockets than me might say not, but for me, if you're spending 1,320 quid on an air rifle and then another 60 or 70 quid for a fancy magazine holder and stuff, it's high end. So by the time you put a decent scope on it, your bipod, few bits and bats, you got the thick end of £2,000 here. Yeah, high end for an air rifle. Anyway, I've got centre fires that cost like £2,500 and stuff. I think centre fires, yeah, you pay for the precision, you pay for the capabilities of shooting stuff 1,000 yards away. Yeah, spot on. But to shoot rats and pigeons and stuff, honestly, before I got into air rifles, I thought there's no way I'd ever spend that on an air rifle, but it's kind of addictive, isn't it? You'll know what I mean if you're watching this. So I thought, sod it, I'll get one. What do I like about this? Look at it. Smart, really, really smart. So small, lightweight. I know I put a heavy scope on it. That's not a big problem though, is it? I mean, I can put a smaller scope on it if I want, but so lightweight, so chuckable. Carry it around all day long. Perfect. The shot count on this as well, amazing. Unbelievable amount of shots. Use it 3 or 4 nights on the trot, no problem. What else? Side lever. My only side lever gun. Smooth as butter. Really, really nice gun to use. Trigger, obviously match grade trigger. Lovely. Oh, you can tell it's quality. I think the biggest difference between like a 400 or 500 quid air rifle and something like this is the quality. Everything on this is built to last. I mean, look, this is all one piece of aluminium. The Picatinny rail is aluminium. It'll last forever. You know, you can take the scope off, you can put it back on in the same spot, you're going to have the zero. Everything's machined perfectly. You can really see where the quality is on rifles like this. What else do I like? The magazines. 2 15-round magazines. Once again, machined aluminium. Very, very high quality. One thing that annoys me with the magazines, no last round hold open. I think it should be a standard thing on all air rifles, let alone something that's costing you, you know, over £1,000. It should be a standard thing, and it's an easy fix. I'll take a photograph, but I don't know if you can see. I made a little fake metal bung. So this magazine, I've got a last round hold open. I haven't done one for the other, but I'll take a photograph of that, and it works. So that's kind of solved that problem for a few pence and half hour messing around in the garage. What else do I like? That's it. Very, very lightweight, very short, compact, small gun. Everything about this is smart. I know a lot of people complain that they're noisy. I get that. Yeah, it's a bit noisy. In the future, when the warranty runs out, I might do the you can get an adapter for the end, but it involves drilling out and tapping and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it and void the warranty yet, but when the warranty is up, I might put a moderator on it just to quieten down a little bit. But at the minute, it doesn't really bother me too much. What don't I like? There isn't that much I don't like about this, I'll be honest with you. Now, because the air cylinder, which is carbon fibre, lovely bit of kit, but because of where it is, it's not a very natural position for your cheek, so it just doesn't drop into place. You do have to faff around a little bit to get your face in the right position with this gun. Not a deal breaker though. It's perfectly fine, really. It's just probably me being a bit picky, really. And most of the time I shoot this off a tripod anyway. Unless I go to the range with my son, then it's just a bench rest gun. On that note, what I've done, I made that cheap and cheerful quick release Picatinny adapter. So I can just clip that on there nice and quick, lock it off, and then that sits in the saddle clamp of my tripod. So that solves that for a few quid. Spot on bit of kit. Recommend you have a go at making something like that. What else we got? Cheek weld, due to the cylinder, a little bit noisy. This is very annoying, I'll be honest with you, with this gun. Because it's a shrouded barrel, the scope is very high over the barrel. So this gun has virtually a different holdover for every distance. If you zero it at 30 yards, I'd recommend that. This is a 177, by the way. Zero it at 30 yards and then you're holding over for everything. If you zero at say 15 or 20 yards, when you go beyond that, you're going to be holding under, which is kind of confusing. So I'd recommend zero it further away at the maximum height of the pellet trajectory, and then you're just holding over rather than some of you got to hold under. So that's one point to know. Now this scope, I've got a laser rangefinder with ballistic calculator on. So if you can afford it, get something like that for one of these guns, because that makes it a completely different shooting experience. Takes away all the holdovers, hold-unders, whatever. And with this gun being as accurate as it is, I mean, unbelievably accurate gun. 50 meters, all under your fingernail. Amazing. If you miss something with this, it's your fault. It really is. It's that accurate. Shot count, like I said, amazing shot count. Reoccurring theme this with all these air rifles. No sling points. I don't know why. So what I did with this, I bought a QD quick release attachment, put it on the back of the back of the sliding buttstock, and once again at the front, I put another one at the front on a little extended rail that I bought. Once again, easy fix, but I don't know why manufacturers don't just build something into the guns. It'd make life so much easier. What else have we got? And that is about it. So to answer my earlier question, do you need a high-end PCP? Absolutely not. You really don't. The RM8 is a very capable gun. A third of the price for this. Bit more agricultural, yeah. It'll do the job perfectly well. It'll do it as good as this. Will the cheaper VECTIS do it? Yeah, absolutely. You'll have a load of fun with a gun like that VECTIS. The underlever's amazing. Not as accurate though. If you're only shooting rats or stuff like that close range, yeah, you don't need something like this. If you're intending to go out and you think, I'm going to be shooting rabbits at 50, 60 yards, yeah, I'd say you need a higher end gun. You guarantee the accuracy, more reliability. You don't really need it though. I suppose you could do that with the RM8. I wouldn't want to do it with the VECTIS, but so you don't need a high-end PCP. That's what I'm getting at. I'd say skill and practice is the key. Is it nice to have an high-end PCP? Yeah, it is. I mean, this thing's like the Rolls Royce. Everything's smooth, crisp, accurate, built well, machined well, repeatable. It's just nice to have, not essential though. Right, that is me done, guys. If you've stuck with me this long, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you'd like to maybe see me use the RM8 and this at the range, do a bit of a comparison for accuracy and stuff, just let us know in the comments. Right, see you later, guys.
Eddie! Good night, ladies.
Good night.